Hi, Doug Stworski for the U.S. Access Institute, LLC. Today we look at one specific element in our lesson series called Accessibility by the Element. That's where we take a quick look at the accessibility requirements and one specific element. We also do a comparison of the different ADA and state access codes and standards. We try to cover it from coast to coast. Remember, our goal is eliminating the confusion and access compliance. So check us out at www.usaccessinstitute.com. Okay, here we go. First, we start with the periodic table of accessible elements. It's not a real table in the access standard sense of things, but hey, we want to make access fun. Next, we look at section 606, and that covers lavatories and sinks. Then we'll drill down to section 606.2 on clear floor space requirements, and that reads, a clear floor space position for a forward approach and knee and toe clearance shall be provided, so it is required. And the 2010 ADA standards have 7 exceptions, and we'll look at them one at a time. So exception 1 says that a parallel approach shall be permitted to a kitchen sink in a space where a cooktop or conventional range is not provided and to wet bars. These are typically sinks used for food preparation areas and are located in break rooms, kitchenettes, and other similar spaces. Exception 2 says a lavatory in a toilet room or a bathing facility for a single occupant accessed only through a private office and not for common or public use shall not be required to provide knee and toe clearance. This exception is not in the 2022 California Building Code, Chapter 11B. Exception number 3, in residential dwelling units, cabinetry shall be permitted under lavatories and kitchen sinks, provided that all of the following conditions are met. A is the cabinetry can be removed without removal or replacement of the fixture. B, the finished floor extends under the cabinetry. And C, the walls behind and surrounding the cabinetry are finished. Exception number 4 provides for smaller dimensions at lavatories and sinks used primarily by children 6 through 12 years of age. A knee clearance of 24 inches instead of 27 inches minimum above the finished floor is permitted where the rim or counter surface is 31 inches maximum above the floor. And exception number 5 is an exception in situations where the sink or lavatory is used primarily by children 5 years and younger. In these situations, a parallel approach is allowed. Exception number 6 says the dip of the overflow shall not be considered in determining knee and toe clearance. And this exception is not in the A117.1 or the Minnesota Accessibility Code. Exception number 7 is when there are multi-bowl sinks. Only one bowl is required to provide knee and toe clearance. All the differences between the various standards were discussed in this video, so we can see that the requirements for lavatories and sinks are pretty consistent across the many accessibility standards and codes. In public accommodations, a forward approach is required to lavatories and sinks with a few exceptions. Thanks for watching, and remember that here at the U.S. Access Institute, LLC, our goal is eliminating the confusion in access compliance. Please check us out at www.usaccessinstitute.com.